Hey guys, welcome to Monday, welcome to Countdown Day, and this one shocked me. I'm absolutely blown away because it's the smallest voter turnout that we've ever had, and the reason being, so many people said, I don't know what the Mayhem Attack Squad is, I've never heard of it. I cannot imagine how you are a Transformers fan and have not heard of the deceptive, the dastardly, the deadly, the ones who love sabotage, the ones who love upheaval, chaos. Thy name is Mayhem Attack Squad. They are the worst of the Decepticon ranks. But who's the top 10 best members of the Mayhem Attack Squad? We're going to learn a lot about them today in the latest GotBot Counts Down. Hey one, hey all, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course subscribe, and while you're at it, light 'em up, baby. Hit that notification bell, please. It helps me out a ton and lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that is in the description down below. Also in the description down below, and if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link, check us out on Patreon, see what we have to offer to you through Spring, or of course hit the join button at any given time, and become a channel member. So like I said, this is the Mayhem Attack Squad. This is the Autobots' answers to the Decepticons' answer to the famed Autobot Wreckers. Whereas the Wreckers are Autobots that are called in to do the most unsavory and kind of dastardly of Autobot tasks, well, the Decepticons don't mind doing dastardly things anyway. Their roster for the Mayhem Attack Squad is always changing because sometimes guys kind of second guess what they're doing and say, man, this is even too bad for me, and they kind of desert and go their own way. Sometimes a member goes offline. That happens, especially when you're doing the most dangerous, dastardly, despicable, and downright disgusting of Decepticon jobs. Motivated purely by mayhem, chaos, making a mess. Have you ever seen the insurance commercials where it says, I think it's for Allstate or something, where it says, like, you know, be ready for mayhem like me? Those mayhem could all be part of the Mayhem Attack Squad. They're the worst of the worst and have even gone through a number of leaders. We have no honorable mentions this time around, and I'll explain why. Actually, you know what? We have no honorable mentions this time around. I'll explain that when we get to the other side of things, which means we're going to do, as we always do, and kick the main list off with number 10, Burst. Coming in at number 10 is Prime Universe Breakdown. Of course, he was part of a 2-pack with another Mayhem Attack Squad member this year, right now available on Amazon, because it was an Amazon exclusive capsule, is Breakdown. He came with Windsweeper. They were a Mayhem Attack Squad 2-pack. This is why I'm baffled how people said I haven't heard. There's literally a capsule going on right now for the Mayhem Attack Squad. My understanding is that this guy, though he has certainly a history in the comics and in the Transformers Prime cartoon, as it relates to the Mayhem Attack Squad itself, my understanding is that he was basically recruited to be big, bad muscle, to be great backup when needed, because we all know how strong he actually is. Plus, he would be a great foil and a great opponent for the Wreckers' Bulkhead. Bulkhead, Breakdown, Bulkhead, ever intertwined, whether just Autobot and Decepticon or Wrecker and a Mayhem Attack Squad member. Any way you cut it, he's a big burly lad that adds beef to the team. Mayhem Attack Squad member Prime Breakdown takes the number 10 slot. Coming in at number 9, hailing from Cybertron, weighing in several tons, representing the Mayhem Attack Squad, want to make sure I get this right, Intergalactic Cybertronic Wrestling Federation Champion, Stranglehold. And Stranglehold is a brawler of a bot. He's basically a wrestler. Think of your typical kind of 80s over-the-top wrestler. Somebody like the Ultimate Warrior, for example. May he rest in peace. But somebody of that nature. Now, make that sort of brawler a bad guy and evil and dastardly and just likes to break bones, break bots, tear circuits down, do it all. Why would the Mayhem Attack Squad not love to have Stranglehold amongst their ranks? Whether the inner bot or the outer strongman, it doesn't matter, because Stranglehold, well, on his opponents, he will give them a stranglehold. And you know what? That's exactly all he has to do to be a key member of the Mayhem Attack Squad, and he takes the number 9 slot. Coming in at number 8 is an alternate leader to the Mayhem Attack Squad that was introduced in Classics, which was a series of stories that followed up the Marvel UK continuity. And we're talking about Ruckus. And yes, Ruckus is loud, bold. I mean, he's basically an adrenaline junkie that likes violence, right? That's his adrenaline, is going in, smashing up. He totally, 100% is absorbed and believes in the Decepticon cause, and he's loud and boisterous doing it, and believes that the Mayhem Attack Squad should equally be loud, boisterous, and violent. That's what makes him such an effective leader of that group. The dastardly and loud at it, not even subtle about it, Ruckus takes the number 8 slot. Coming in at number 7, we have the only combiner that is a part of the Mayhem Attack Squad by way of this guy, Thunder Mayhem. Thunder Mayhem was conceived of and built basically by the combined efforts, get this, of the mad scientist Shockwave and Thunderwing. Like two guys that would mash their ideas together. Thunder Mayhem is so effective that he's considered the strongest of all combiners, able to take on entire armies, and he's made up of, I want to make sure I get the members right, Bludgeon as the torso, Needle Nose as the left arm, Ruckus as the left leg, Spinister as the right arm, and Windsweeper as the right leg. Apparently, that's the configuration. And evidently there's a 6th member that makes him glow green, and that's what makes him like so overpowered. Some have said that that 6th member is Impactor. I don't know. But Thunder Mayhem is... If you're, you talk about combiner wars, right? If you're a combiner and you're even a very capable, very strong combiner, I mean, we're talking about King Poseidon or Predaking or Bruticus or Devastator, for example. But if you happen to see Thunder Mayhem walk into the field, run, because he will absolutely obliterate you and any backup that you could possibly bring in. Violent, effective, brutal. That describes Thunder Mayhem, and he takes the number 7 slot. Number 6 takes us to Insecticons and Venom. This is the only version of an updated Venom that we've had so far, though there is a Venom up and coming to complete the deluxe Insecticons. For now, this is a little version of Waspinator that was redecoed purple that came with the Legends class Acid Storm way back when, and named Venom, but it's Venom. And Venom, long story short, is very paranoid, very manipulative. He also has like corrosives and stuff like in his stinger that can really, and chemicals and stuff that can really mess up organic and mechanical life. But he trusts no one, he trusts nothing, which means he fits in actually really well with the Mayhem Attack Squad because he has such little morality that he will do anything to protect what he perceives as his power and his status as the leader of the deluxe Insecticons. Sometimes that means going the extra mile to be extra destructive, a la the Mayhem Attack Squad. And because he is so paranoid and so manipulative, he's also a great schemer at coming up with dastardly plans. Very useful for a dastardly team. Venom takes the number 6 slot. And now a hush falls over the crowd because we've reached the ever-coveted, ever-popular halfway mark. And at the halfway mark, we stick with the deluxe Insecticons and Chop Shop. Chop Shop fits in perfect with the Mayhem Attack Squad for a couple of reasons. One, because he's kind of crazy and he does like violence. 2, because he is a thief and he has no qualms, no morals about stealing what he wants. Put him on to a mission and he's actually a really effective thief. He can get in, he can get out, and he can get what the Mayhem Attack Squad needs. Sometimes without being seen, but here's the greatest thing. Even if he is seen, who cares? Because those berserkers will take out anyone, anytime, anywhere. The dastardly, deceptive kleptomaniac known as Chop Shop takes the number 5 slot. Number 4 takes us to the first leader of the Mayhem Attack Squad, and this guy. That's right, it's Carnac. And what can you say about Carnac? The basic story behind him is that it's believed that at one time he was actually really noble and honorable with a real, like, strong military code that changed and devolved over time, because the best words to describe him now would be savage, brutal, while also being egotistical, jovial, overjoyed, if you will. He revels in destruction. He revels in hurting others and causing them pain. He revels in everything he can do to make someone's life worse. And he revels in leading his team against any foe that comes their way. Because what better joy could there be than ruining the lives of Autobots? Carnac, the vicious Carnac, takes the number 4 slot. Oh, now we're into the top 3. And at number 3 we have Spinister. We saw Spinister a little while ago when we looked at, I think, Target Masters or something. Look, he's mysterious. He is frightening. He is competent. He is capable. Spinister is one of those characters that does not get enough love in the fiction, but he really should, because the character and the characterization is one that should elicit a lot of fear from a lot of guys. And he fits in on the Mayhem Attack Squad because of that. Is he a perfect leader? No. But is he somebody to watch out for? Yes. Is he somebody to fear when you enter the battlefield and you see him coming at you? Yes. And not to mention, but he also has Singe and Hair Splitter, who are going to do the dastardly tasks for him. He's a great warrior. He's a great fighter. He's very competent, very capable, can attack from the land, can attack from the sky. He is a soldier through and through for the Mayhem Attack Squad, and that's why he takes, according to fan votes, the number 3 slot. Coming in at number 2 will require very little discussion because it's OctoPunch, and you don't need to say a whole lot. Here's the bottom line. OctoPunch is the Mayhem Attack Squad's answer to a sea attack, right? We just talked about a character who can attack from the land and the sky. Well, you know what? Not for nothing, but OctoPunch does not want to be outdone in the water. If he can't pull down a battleship, or a cruise ship for that matter, with his tentacles, then why not throw things at it or pull an iceberg in front of it? Something that can be fun and destructive in the process. After all, his best friends that he hangs around with tend to be Stranglehold and Bludgeon. Perhaps 2 of the most violent and despicable of Mayhem Attack Squad members. This guy kind of rounds out that trio. Boy, would I like to have a full updated version of him. Really like it. But the terror and scourge of the seas, known as OctoPunch, takes the number 2 slot. And now here we are at the very tippy top, number 1, for the most ferocious, for the most vile, for the most violent of Mayhem Attack Squad members. If we go back to the Marvel G1 continuity, this guy was the third leader of that group, and sometimes he even stepped in to lead the Decepticons. Of course, I'm talking about old Skullface himself, Bludgeon. And Bludgeon, Bludgeon's such a wild character because on one side, he's really religious, he's very disciplined and dedicated, a master of Metallicato, but at the other side, and he's also very charismatic. The reason the Mayhem Attack Squad members follow him is because he is charismatic. But he's charismatic in a maniacal, vicious, bloodthirsty, sadistic type of way, where he believes that to kind of fill the needs of warriors' honor and stuff means destroying everyone and everything that could possibly oppose him or the Mayhem Attack Squad. He is perhaps their most brutal leader, and one of the most brutal of Decepticons. Yes, the vicious, the sadistic Bludgeon takes the number 1 slot. Now, we didn't have any honorable mentions because we didn't have a wide range of voting. We had a lot of votes for the ones that appeared on the list, but the only other ones that received votes were Catilla, Axer, Flywheels, and, again, because IDW likes to do things wrong, Impactor. I don't know. I'm not even going into the detail on those. Those were the only other 4 members that had votes. But other members that could have had votes include Roadblock, Snarler, who else is on the team? Battle Trap, Needle Nose, Windsweeper. Gosh, who else could have been here? Ruckus. Although no, Ruckus was on the list, my mistake. But there are more members. There's a lot that could have been there. Where did your favorite rank? Was your favorite even one that got a vote or not? I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. While you're at it, hit the subscribe button. Stick around, man. Have some fun with us here on the channel. And don't forget, not for a moment, not for a second, please and thank you, that somehow, some way, each and every single day, you right there, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way right here inside the videos.